That the Kia Stinger looks as absurdly low and mean as it does is maybe our most elevated acclaim for the new 4 entryway we're in Kia Bay. Rare autos that survive the organization-filled odyssey from demonstrate remain to showroom without torment character slaughtering weakening. However, the generation Stinger's shape coordinates about line for line that of the Kia GT concept, which influenced its presentation at the 2011 Frankfurt 2 engine appear. Creation substances extracted the idea's back-pivoted raised entryways, included B-columns, and changed its wing cambers into ordinary entryway-mounted side mirrors. Something else, the similitudes are as plain as day. The GT's grille flanking admission scoops stay on the generation auto, as do the wraparound tail lamps, which end in reflectors on the back quarterboard. The backside windows, as well, share their unmistakable quarter-round shape with the GT concepts. Indeed, even the Stinger's name, which covers the auto in an indistinguishable greatness from Grace, for example, the Plymouth Fury and the Hillman Inn, indicates that something is diverse about this Kia. Some portion of that something, a major piece of it, really, is stunning straight-line execution. Our test auto, a pre-production race-wheel drive GT fitted with the brand's 365 horsepower twin-turbocharged 3.3-liter V6, treated us to a 12.9-second quarter-mile at 111 miles per hour. What's more, it did as such with no display. Just with the throttle and the auto's 255/35/019 Michelin Pilot Sport 4 race elastic finds the buy important to create such numbers. The homegrown 8-speed program is taking care of business when left to move itself, with a goal. That's what we did. Its gear changes, similar to those of Porsche's PDK-prepared autos, are sufficiently quick to be imperceptible on the speed follow plotted by our box-tested layout, which is to state they're truly accursed quick. The close ideal hold, control adjust yields a 4.4 second 0 to 60 time, which is as speedy as or speedier than practically everything in the Stinger's wide domain. Also, however dispatch control wasn't useful on our initial analyzer, it's probably not going to help an auto that takes off like the Stinger does. Maybe the most striking feature of the motor's energy conveyance is apparent in the Stinger's 5.0 second 5 to 60 mile/hour time, snappier than each machine in our last examination trial of medium-sized premium games vehicles. Speeding up is solid with this one. Braking, as well, is preferable here over in those cars from Audi, BMW, Cadillac, Jaguar, and Mercedes, requiring just 156 feet from 70 miles per hour. 4-cylinder front and 2-cylinder raised Brembo calipers are standard on the GT. Pedal reaction is unsurprising, however it's spread over more go than we'd lean toward. The short ceasing separation is no uncertainty, helped by a 4,004 pound as tried weight, which is about as light as the autos in this class come. Kia, obviously, has a more extensive arrangement for this hatchback, which incorporates something other than amazing quickening and braking. It needs to coordinate to the set-up German mid-sizers. The base-trim Stinger, without the GT moniker, comes standard with a 255 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-chamber coupled to an 8-speed auto, a prevalent current powertrain design. The two motors are accessible with back all-wheel drive. What's more, the Stinger is aggressively scaled. Its 114.4-inch wheelbase is just a couple of tenths of an inch shorter than the Audi A6 and S6's, and its general length, at 190.2 inches, is around 4 inches shorter than the A6 and the BMW 5 arrangement vehicles. In any case, the two-its wheelbase and general length are more prominent than those of the BMW 3 arrangement, Cadillac ATS, and Mercedes C-Class vehicles. To be sure, its inside volume is aggressive with that of most fair-sized premium players, a reality that was doubtlessly clear when our biggest staff member brought the Pepsi challenge with the Stinger and Audi A5 Sportback race seats. He really fit in the Kia. Yet, it's the taking care of scope and ability of autos, for example, the BMW 4 arrangement Grand Coupe, an auto that Kia precisely benchmarked in its improvement, that the Stinger focuses with the GT's 5 drive modes, Smart, Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Custom. Imparted to the up-and-coming Genesis G70, the Stinger's stage utilizes struts in advance and a multi-link race suspension. A grasp-sort-constrained slip differential is standard in top-trim GTs, and the auto stampers consistently alter inside two unmistakable adjustments that are attached to the drive modes. Custom mode enables drivers to change motor and transmission reactions, controlling exertion, damping rates, and motor sound upgrade, which is refined through the Stinger's sound framework speakers. At 0.93 grams, the Stinger's skid pad hold is comparable to middleweight sports vehicles. However, lean forcefully on it through a winding byway, and the edges of the Hyundai Kia case tuning methodology start to shred. Correspondence through the electrically helped guiding wheel does not have the granular accuracy of most any Audi. Press the Stinger on the requesting street, and its keenness reduces as the cutoff points approach. Mid-corner hurls and peaks uncover a front, raised damping lopsidedness that is unnervingly uncovered close to the battered edge. Indeed, even in their stiffest setting, the back dampers neglect to enough control the Stinger's backside development, bearing its driver the chance to encounter the suspension's full scope of geometry changes amid cornering and increasing speed. Noticeably unbalanced pitch and jump movements go with increasing speed and braking when pushing the auto hard. At that point there's the transmission. Wheel-mounted move paddles convey rev-coordinated downshifts, gave the solicitations aren't excessively forceful. Reaction to upshift inputs isn't moment, regardless of whether the movements themselves are. What's more, the Stinger, paying little heed to its drive mode, commandingly opposes holding gears at redline unless its soundness control is incapacitated. These are all adjustment decisions that could change before generation. There are additionally intense points of interest that address the Stinger's only humble sense of duty regarding the art of making like a crazy individual. Kia, as far as concerns it, concedes that the Stinger's ride organizes comfort over extreme execution, and that is not a terrible thing for a self-declared GT auto. Keep away from the edge of its points of confinement and it will work well for you, doling out a visiting-level ride proper for its journey rocket status on the open street. It is for sure agreeable, however it's not the suspended-by-mist feeling you will discover in its upmarket rivalry. The GT's seats are delicate and wide and canvassed in Napa calfskin, however they don't offer striking material quality, steady reinforcing, or staggering magnificence. It's a subject that conveys all through the Stinger's inside, which is unobjectionable however a level beneath the top-notch cars whose numbers the Stinger coordinates in execution testing. Likewise with most Hyundai and Kia items, the Stinger's infotainment and back format is a carefully helpful adjuster of devoted catches and screen usefulness. What's more, in the event that you're a car maker considering how to best coordinate controls, let the Koreans give you a lesson in focus stack amicability. Handles on the sound framework control volume and tuning, and 2 dials on the ventilation framework oversee lodge temperature. Another handle close to the shifter alters drive modes. Inquisitively, there's no essential handle for the infotainment framework, yet Kia makes everything work with committed catches. The Stinger additionally shuts the whole to top-of-the-line hardware with a solid appearing of standard highlights. GT trims incorporate LED headlamps, warmed front seats, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay coordination, to give some examples. On the off chance that there's one bit of tech that most unmistakably shows Kia's reality about pursuing upmarket car makers, it's well-being. The Stinger's propelled security highlights work consistently and instinctively. Path-keeping help, when combined with versatile Voyage control, skirts on hands-off-the-wheel computerization regardless of whether it is not its aim. Path focusing is wonderful, and we found the framework equipped for overseeing path movements and rapid sweepers with next to zero driver oversight. Not that we empower it. The Stinger isn't, be that as it may, as tranquil as those minimized premium cars offering comparative inside space. At 70 miles per hour, our GT delivered a 71 decibel clamor, louder than an Audi S5 Sportback, BMW 340i, and Jaguars. In our testing, which included rehashed lapping of our 10 best circles, we saw just 17 miles per gallon from the Stinger, 2 miles per gallon short of what we gauged in the 325 horsepower Ford Fusion Sport. EPA mileage information wasn't accessible as of this written work, however we evaluate the GT will hit 21 miles per gallon consolidated. Race drive GT trims begin at $39,250, with all-wheel drive including $2,200. Our completely stacked back drive Stinger with cutting-edge well-being highlights is a $50,100 recommendation. That is a great deal of cash for a Kia. Which abandons us asking, is this concealed incubate Kia worth $50,000? In spite of being brisk at both going and ceasing, the Stinger does not have the vibe, complete, and immersive experience of the premium average-size players. Be that as it may, it's without question a superior auto inside than, say, a Dodge Charger Daytona, which begins at an about indistinguishable cost yet does not have the Stinger's execution. It comes down to what purchasers need. On the off chance that the impeccable experience of a genuine extravagance sports vehicle is a no trade-off zone, they must choose the option to spend another $20,000 for a premium midsizer. Yet, in the event that a stage down and complete an atmosphere is satisfactory, and if muscle is critical, at that point the Stinger conveys speed in a bundle that looks as though it drove off an automobile turntable.